Former Governor Jim Gilmore of the Commonwealth now is co-chair of the Victory Operation in Virginia. Governor, good to have you with us.
Good morning, John. It's good to be with you this morning.
It's been way too long, and I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, well, I don't know how long it's been since I've had the governor on, but we got to get him on. We got a lot to talk about today. We got 12 minutes, so let's start with something that you know something about, which is foreign policy, State Department, pay to play, the story by the AP. How bad is this, Governor?
I think it's real bad. Just yesterday, the FBI uncovered another 15,000 emails that were work-related, which she really had tried to get rid of and delete. And there's more and more evidence that there's a link between her conduct as Secretary of State and getting money for the Clinton Foundation. It may have some linkage to big speech fees it was getting too. So we're just back to the future here with the old Clinton behavior. And I think the American people are ready to move on from that and to try something different, to have change. And I think that they're going to be voting Republican for that reason.
Governor, don't you agree with me that this now really changes the game? Because the first issue is you had a private server, you had classified info on it. Jim Comey said it was one step from reckless. She apologized. Well, yoga, weddings, grandchildren. You know, now the game changed to me yesterday because now it's pay to play. It's basically if you have money and you can donate to their slush fund, you get access to the Secretary of State. If you don't, it becomes that much more difficult. And all you have to do is look at this Amir from where Bahrain, who tried to go through the channels, got rejected, gave money to the foundation, called the foundation guy, got a meeting in 24 hours. I mean, is that pay to play or not?
Well, it clearly is. The problem is this. It's a matter of government integrity. It's a matter of whether or not a candidate's going to say something that they can stick with that's true. And, in this particular case, I said back in April of 2015, John, long before I entered the presidential race, I was on the Luke Russert show and said that Hillary Clinton was disqualified from the candidacy. And he got real startled. His eyes opened real big. He says, well, what do you, Jim Gilmore, have to say about Hillary Clinton being disqualified? And I said, she's disqualified because the next president has to once again reassure the American people in their own democracy, and she can't do that. And that was long before all of this information was revealed, as recently, of course, as yesterday. So I just believe that this is just getting worse and worse. It's a bad situation. Our vice presidential candidate, our Virginia senator, is shifting all over the place. I'm calling him Timmy the Shifter these days because he's just moving all over the place. His reliability in government. It's not even one specific policy position these people are taking. Some people agree or disagree, but it's the fact that they're not reliable people and shouldn't be put in the White House.
No question about it. Okay, let's talk Turkey, Governor. In Virginia, I'm the vice chair for Trump in the state. I've sent an SOS to the campaign. Here's the bottom line. Manafort basically hosed us because we had no down ballot races. We're getting no money. We have no internal Trump leadership in the state to speak of. We're getting hammered. They have more offices. They have more resources. They got 5 times the people. They got 10, 15 times the money. We just don't have a lot going on here. Mike Pence is coming to Loudoun County Saturday. Here's what I sent to the campaign. Why bother to come to Virginia and have these rallies if we're getting no resources? Am I right?
Yes, I think that, but he doesn't have the same kind of resources that the Clintons do. They've been in a position to build up their money for a very, very long time. The President of the United States has been raising money for the Democratic Party for a long time. So, yeah, but there's no point in whining over that. I think the most important thing, by me that is, the most important thing for me to do is to focus on these issues and to explain them to the people of Virginia who really ought not to be voting for the Democrats in this election. For example, we should be having a special prosecutor to look into this. You can't have a government of Barack Obama and this Attorney General who ignore Jim Comey's positions and then just say, well, we're just going to let all this go. The new 15,000 revelation of emails, we're just going to let it go. I called several weeks ago for a special prosecutor. Donald Trump has called for a special prosecutor. I think that we need to have some reassurance, once again, of the American people and the people of Virginia that government's on the up and up.
Now, the Clinton surrogates, in defending this AP story yesterday, basically blowing it off, they rolled out the 92 relic James Carville on TV yesterday. You remember him, right, from the 92
I know him, yeah.
Clinton campaign. I know you know him well, and of course he gets in there. And his, the Carvellian response is whenever you attack the Clintons, they never answer it. They never answer the question. They simply attack you back. Like, what about this AP story? Well, how come Trump hasn't released his tax return? What about this AP story? Well, if you shut the Clinton Foundation down, he says people die. What are they talking about?
I have no idea what they're talking about. The point is that the Clinton Foundation has been a vehicle for the raising of billions and billions of dollars. And the question is, did she do so properly and ethically? And the point is that you can't rely upon the Attorney General of the United States to make these prosecutorial decisions. She can't do it. It's not the job of the FBI director to make prosecutorial decisions. You can't, it's not a reliable situation. And, I call for prosecutor, and I haven't heard jack about it. I just think that, the people of Virginia are entitled to more than that, and they're entitled to a better candidate than what Virginia is offering in the vice presidency, with Timmy the Shifter moving around on 4 or 5 different issues. The question is this important? And I think that it is.
Well, look, I don't think they're going to name a special prosecutor. Even if they did, nothing would get done between now and November. So in reality, Governor, isn't the real judgment day going to be for Mrs. Clinton on November 8th if we can get the facts out?
Yeah, I think that there's still an opportunity here to carry Virginia, North Carolina, and some other states, because I know the people of Virginia. I've represented them as governor and as attorney general, and I've represented a locality, the Henrico County, as a local prosecutor. And there comes a time at which the people of Virginia are going to stand up and say, we've got to have better government than this. The effort to tear the Republican down, to tear Trump down, it has worked, but he has plenty of time to reassure the people of the United States that he'll be a good president, that Hillary's not. We know what we're going to get with Hillary Clinton. And as far as Tim goes, I must say that Timmy is not going to tell you where he really is. He's changed around on firearms. He ran as a strong advocate of the Second Amendment. Then he shifted on that. And on offshore drilling, he used to be in favor of that, and that was going to really help Virginia's jobs and economies, especially in Hampton Roads. He shifted on that. He shifted on right to work. He shifted on federal financing for abortions. He shifted on the Trans-Pacific Partnership. So, Timmy the Shifter is not the kind of Virginian that we ought to be adding and showing the people of the United States.
Well, look, he's definitely, the most the most blatant change in position was on the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, the TPP. I've said this every day for a month now. I've debated this issue with him on the air 25 times. He was adamantly in favor. I couldn't move him. And then all of a sudden he gets picked as VP, and now all of a sudden he's opposed to it. Maybe that was part of the deal in taking this, but they're going to try to. It'll be interesting to see, win or lose, if Tim Kaine is backing it or not. After he said he changed his position on it, so I kind of understand that. So I get the position you're in. You've got to be the advocate, just like me. But then there's also reality. We're way behind in the state. We've got to get the resources. And we did get hosed by Manafort, Jim. That's just reality. But there's still time to turn the tide. If we get the resources, are you confident that we could make Virginia competitive?
Sure, if we get the resources and advertising gets our positions out there. But if it's just going to be every time you turn on the television, they're tearing down Hillary Clinton's ads are tearing down Trump. And then the news people are all tearing down Trump. Not our pal John Fredericks. He's in there telling it like it is. But the television, the cable channels are all tearing down Trump. So you only get that one message. The people of Virginia are very smart people, though. I know everybody from Virginia Beach to the Alleghenies. I know the people of Virginia. They're going to watch closely and listen to this and make a good decision. And the thing about the Clinton campaign is, what you get when you support Hillary Clinton. You know that. Mm-hmm. You've seen that. Mm-hmm. And this is the most liberal candidate the Democrats have ever offered We really candidate who is in league with Bernie Sanders for a socialist policy that's going to destroy jobs and opportunities in not only Hampton Roads and across Virginia, but across America. And that's what they're running on. They're running on a socialist program which is going to increase taxation $1 trillion over the next 10 years. Take that out of the economy, which is going to destroy jobs. The economy's weak now. People are not getting the job opportunities. And my position, and I know that the Republican position and the Trump position is to build up jobs and opportunities. Hillary Clinton says it, but what she proposes are things that are going to hurt the economy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
we just can't have that. We've got to have a strong, vigorous economy. That
further restrictions on, further expanding the EPA, her positions. A lot of people don't even know what the heck her positions are. She hasn't had a press conference in 263 days. I mean, you can't find that lady other than her billionaire friend fundraisers. I'm out of time. I want to thank Governor Jim Gilmore for being with us. He is co-chair of the Republican National Committee, Republican organization. Do you plan to be at the state's central meeting on Saturday? Now we understand, Governor, it's in Loudoun County.
I don't think I'm personally going to go, but I believe that there will be observers there to see how that comes out, and I'll be watching with great interest.
All right, we'll see what plays out. I want to thank, again, Governor Gilmore for being with us. Thanks for being with us.
Good.
Governor.
Thank you, John.
Thank you so much.